Hey guys, so you're gonna have to excuse my eye, oh wait, it's over here. Um it's wait, I don't know which way I'm supposed to look, but yeah, it's red. So I just got a cut in my eye, so I'm really sorry about that if I look kind of evil today. But anyway, so I'm really excited about today's video. It's been highly requested and it's a video all about extension information. Um, you guys know that I wear extensions and I get tons of questions in like every video. I get messages all the time. So I'm just going to try and address every question that you guys have. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so the first question that I always seem to get is human or synthetic. So I wore synthetic extensions for a really long time and I bought synthetic ones that you could actually cut and curl and dye, which was great. I never really had a problem. The only thing was they only lasted like 2 or 3 weeks, so I would have to change them out really frequently. They just don't hold up the way human hair does because they get tangled really easily and they kind of get like this bunched, really knotty texture to it, which I don't really like. And so I never wanted to do human hair extensions because they're so expensive. Um, and the first kind of human hair extensions I got was from Head Candy, and I ended up paying like $150 for those, and they were good extensions. I mean, I still haven't found like my holy grail extension brand. I don't have a kind that I just absolutely love. Um, so yeah, I'll kind of go into that a little bit later, but first, another one of the questions I get is clip-in or glue-in or what. I have always used clip-in. I don't want to do glue-in because I don't like the idea of like washing my hair with my extensions because I feel like it would just get really knotty. I feel like it would rip out a lot of my hair and I just don't like that idea very much. There's also another option of like braid-in extensions. You can buy extensions, like a regular weft of extensions, and what I've seen people do is they will do like a French braid going like horizontally across the back of their head, and then they will actually take like a hook-shaped needle and thread it into the braid, and the extension will stay in that way. And that's cool, but you just have to think like showering with French braids in. I just feel like you get a lot of soap scum and buildup in the braids, and it just doesn't seem very sanitary to me. I like to wash my extensions separately from my own hair. So I do clip-ins, and what I used to do is I have a ton of extensions. I have every kind of color imaginable, but I'm just going to show you guys. This is an extension weft in the raw form, and this is ridiculously long. I mean, even folding it in half, you guys still can't. It's long, and it's thin. You can see me through it. But what I would do is, cut what you want. Say that you want that big. So I would fold that over maybe 2 or 3 times until I have the desired thickness. And then all you have to do is you just snip it right here, and then you have 3 tiers of extensions. And then what you would have to do is just maybe sew in by hand like a couple of go through this side a couple of times and on this side, and then you would just sew in the clips, and it was really easy. It only takes like 10 minutes max. And then what I also did for a while is I would do, because I used to like my hair really thick and voluminous on the top and really thin at the bottom, kind of like the scene hair. So what I would do is actually I bought clips separately, and I would just take a one weft like this, and I would actually just put the clips over the extensions and put them in. I never had a problem with it coming loose. I've never had my extensions like fall out while I was walking down the street or anything. It's never been a problem. So that's one way to do it. These are synthetic extensions. This is Pro 10, which is the best synthetic hair I've ever found. You can cut, curl it, and dye it the same way you would your regular hair. It's really soft, really smooth. I think it doesn't tangle at all, and it doesn't look so shiny. Like some synthetic extensions look really, really shiny and like way shinier than natural hair would, and so you can see the difference in a really big way. So I I've tried to find like less shiny extensions in the past. The first human hair extensions I did get, like I said, was from Head Candy, and I think I paid like $150. And I looked at a lot of reviews on Head Candy, and they were all really good. Everybody said that they loved Head Candy extensions, and they were amazing, and I just wasn't that impressed. I was expecting some, like, incredible hair that was going to last me, like, 3 years, and compared to my synthetic hair, it just wasn't that great. I mean, I can get the same thing from my synthetic hair. However, and then, you know, I wasn't about to fork out the $100. Like, well, I get a huge weft of this hair, and this is, like, no hair. Like, multiply this times 10, and that's how much of this I would get for about $18. And that's at my beauty supply. And so, really, the human hair extension thing just didn't really make that much sense to me. So then I started looking around on eBay, and I found a lot of human hair extensions for really, really cheap. I got, let me see. So I believe I got about 30 grams of this kind of hair for $15 about. And I don't like to get a full head of hair, which is about, they say 100 grams is a full head of hair of extensions. I don't like that look. I like it to be a little bit thinner on bottom because that just looks more natural for me. I have shorter layers up top, thinner layers on the bottom, so it just makes sense to go for a little bit thinner look. And so these are human hair extensions. This is in the number 613, which is standardized platinum blonde. And let me see. So I got a lot of pieces. I mean, that's quite a bit of hair altogether. That's a lot, I think. And they give you one weft with 3 clips. This is the biggest weft that I got, which is not really normal. You usually get a weft about twice the size of this for the biggest one. And then the next biggest one is each of these double clip ones. And then you get 2 single clips. And I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I like a little bit thinner extensions, so I don't need the full 100 grams. I really like those extensions. The one I'm using right now, obviously they're thin, but I think I like that wispy, thin look. It is just my preference. So I would recommend, if you want to get human hair extensions, look outside of just the regular, like, the popular extension places. Don't go for like Jessica Simpson or Paris Hilton. My first extensions that I got in like my freshman year of high school were Jessica Simpson extensions. They were horrible. You can't cut, curl, or dye them. They were $100 for one weft of synthetic hair, and it was just really not a good buy. I regret it. But now that I have a lot more knowledge, I would definitely say eBay. I think eBay is the best place to go if you want to get human hair extensions. The other option is to go to a beauty supply and get wefts in the raw, like this hair that doesn't have any clips on it. Sew the clips in yourself. You can get a huge weft of human hair extensions just like this for really cheap, and you can just sew in the clips yourself. Another way to do this is they have something called Yaki Tails, which is actually, it doesn't have a track. And this is a track, that's holding the hair together. It's basically just long strands of hair, and they're tailed. And so what you can do is, this is actually like making your own track of extensions, and there's videos on how to do it on YouTube, but you can get Yaki Tails in bulk for really, really cheap. Now, it's definitely time consuming to make that, and I would rather go on eBay and find the best deal that I can for human hair extensions, but those are some other options for you guys if you guys are interested. Alright, next is color of extensions. This is another reason why I say to get human hair extensions. You can dye them, you can tone them, you can do whatever you want. I've never really had to alter my extensions. I have bleached my extensions lighter before because 613 is my general platinum blonde number, but it varies. I mean, you guys can see that this 613 looks a little bit different to the 613 that I have in right now. This is lighter. But that's another thing that I would bring up is, when you are shopping for extensions, especially if you're going to get them online, don't go for a hair that you think looks lighter than your hair, because naturally our hair is darker on the bottom. Even my hair naturally, even though I bleach it, my roots, or not my roots, but the top of my head is almost white. And as it gets deeper down here, this hair down here is more of a golden tone, and so I automatically would want a more golden toned extension. So especially if you're brunette or have kind of that, well, even like this color, this is kind of a caramely color hair. Um, get a darker one because that's going to look a lot more natural, and people are going to know if your extensions are lighter and shinier than your natural hair, they're going to look like extensions. Okay, so next thing is a lot of people ask me about what if I have two-tone hair? Like, what if I have streaks going back and forth between purple and red or something? Um, well, if it's streaks, then I would recommend getting like both of these extensions I showed you. This is streaks of 613 my color, and then I think like 27. I'm not really sure, but it's this caramel tone, and it goes back and forth between blonde and caramel. This one goes back and forth between black and caramel. So that's an option. And then another thing, it's really popular for girls to have different hair colors underneath their hair opposed to on top. Popular ones are like blonde hair on top with black hair underneath, or vice versa. So a lot of people, you'll see a lot of girls who have that will go and get extensions. Say my hair's blonde on top and black on the bottom, they'll just get black extensions. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that because it's going to be obvious. People are going to see, oh, she's got black extensions. That's really obvious. So what I would definitely say is get majority black extensions if your hair is black underneath and blonde on the top, or whatever color combination you have, but also get at least one weft of your top color. Because when you think about it, someone whose hair is naturally, or not naturally, but somebody who doesn't have extensions and has that two-tone hair, they're generally not going to dye just the top half blonde and then the bottom half black. It's usually going to be their top layer blonde. Like, say that, like when you put your hair up to curl it, you take your top layers up, which are still going to be long. So I would say, like, since I've got the black extensions here already, I can show you guys what I mean. So say that your hair is black on bottom, and this is going to be your bottom weft, and your hair's blonde on top. Get one weft of blonde so it fades a little bit more normally. I guess this is curly, so it's hard to see still, but it'll look like that top layer of blonde is still your natural color. So this is really hard to show you guys. This is basically what I mean. Make the bottom layers, what is going on over here? Okay. Make the bottom layers the bottom color of your hair, but once you get to put clips in farther up on your hair, go for that other hair color that you have, so it'll look a little bit more like it's going from blonde to black. So I know that's kind of hard to understand, but hopefully you guys get what I mean. If not, I can post a picture in the description bar, which I believe is down here now. So yeah, I think that about covers it. Like I said, with coloring, if you aren't happy with the color of your extensions, just make sure you get human hair extensions, and you can tone it or dye it or whatever, and it's going to be a lot easier to handle. One more thing, like I said, my synthetic extensions would last anywhere from 1 week to 4 weeks. I find that human hair extensions can last anywhere from 2 to 6 months. Which is a huge difference, especially if you're going on eBay and getting human extensions for so much cheaper. So yeah, I think they last a lot longer, but just make sure and take care of them. Washing your extensions, you don't want to lather the shampoo into your extensions, and don't wash your extensions while they're in your hair. Like just when you're in the shower, what I usually do is once a week I'll take my extensions into the shower with me, and I'll just take the shampoo and kind of work it down the length of the extensions instead of like lathering it and knotting it up. So just work the shampoo down the length, and then make sure you rinse the shampoo out all the way completely, and then soak out all of the extra water as much as you can. Then put the conditioner in, and like you would with your regular hair, just let it sit for a couple of minutes and then rinse it out, and just be really gentle because extensions, they aren't attached to the weft up here or to the track as firmly as your hair is attached to your scalp. That's what you have to think. This little track is an extension scalp. it's like your head. So just be really gentle when you are washing your extensions, and do wash them. Don't just leave it alone, because your extensions are going to get dirty the same way that your hair is. The oils from your scalp is even going to get into your extensions. When you're outside, there's smoke and pollution that's going to get into your hair, and there's all kinds of ickiness. When you're putting hairspray on your hair, you're going to get hairspray in your extensions. So make sure that you wash them frequently enough. And I think that about covers it. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Maybe at some point I'll do a second part to this video, because there's a lot to cover about extensions, and I've already got like almost 17 minutes that I've been yakking at you guys. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.